Well, I mentioned yesterday the one step forward and two steps back when it comes to OnePlus, and the OnePlus 13 is definitely that one step forward. This has been nothing but fantastic. We're going to have the comparison with the Galaxy S25 Ultra over the weekend, but I figured I should give you my thoughts here on the OnePlus 13, my more complete thoughts about after having used this device for over a month now. Just a really stellar experience across the board. OnePlus made meaningful changes to hardware and software, Samsung, that have really made a difference and pulled it close, if not ahead, of the other manufacturers of the phones that we're able to choose here in the United States. And if you're comfortable with buying one, if you're able to, if it's fully compatible with your network, there are plenty of reasons why you should be picking up a OnePlus 13. I'm going to go through the device. We're going to pull the camera around here and let's talk about it. All right, the Pushins have been turned around. It's all business. Right away when you pick up the OnePlus 13, you can tell how nice of a device this is and the care that the OnePlus engineers actually put into designing it. There were stories that came out that OnePlus focused on getting a 50-50 weight distribution despite the camera hub on this phone. And every time you pick this up and put it in your hand, you can feel that. It makes a difference. It leads to a nicer phone experience, and I love the fact that it's on the OnePlus 13. The other thing I love is that, yes, you can have a thicker phone, and you can have flat edges, but it doesn't need to be where the entire edge is just flat. I like the fact that, yes, this phone gets a little thicker in the back, there's a little roundedness, and then the 2.5D glass in the front that's curved. But you can have a thinner frame along the edge, so even though you have a flat display and whatever, all the rest of it, you can have a thinner frame along the edge that feels nicer in the hand. It's just a better experience holding onto the device than just having a giant flat edge along it. So I appreciate that as well. Let's talk about that 2.5D glass. I think it makes swiping fantastic. It's nice to pull up from the bottom of the device. No issues there. It's when you're moving back and forth across, you can get that smoothly across. You're not rubbing against a sharp edge. It's an overall nice feeling. So you get the best of both worlds. You get a flat display, which always annoys me. I don't like the curved displays. You get a flat display, but you get enough curvature here into the frame that it feels comfortable against your finger. It is a nice overall design. Display is gorgeous. Really nice. Nice and bright, 4500 max brightness. You're not going to get to that, but it's just a nice poppy bright display. I love the granular control that OnePlus gives as far as going in and tuning the display the way you like it. It's a saturated display. It's a display that reminds me of the display on my OnePlus 9. A little bit of warmth, right? A little bit of creaminess, but I happen to like that on the display. I think it looks nice. Then you can always go in and make it stark. You can make it natural. You can make it colder. Anything you need to do, you can do on this particular phone. But I think it's great. It's a fantastic panel, really sharp, Quad HD. You can have no issues or complaints about the panel on the OnePlus 13. Specs, Snapdragon 8 Elite. This one happens to be 16 gigs of RAM. You could get 1,000 gig, or you get 1,000 gig. That's for $1,000. You can get the 12 gigabyte version for $900. I recommend springing for the 16 gigs, just kind of future-proof the device. Really nice spec-wise on this. And then, of course, the big spec in here, that 6,000 milliamp hour silicon carbide battery. Dual cell, protecting against battery health issues with the fast charging. You know, that's the one thing that, when I talk about 80-watt fast charging, and if you get the other adapter, 100-watt fast charging, which is monstrous, the one pushback is always, well, it's going to kill your battery. It's going to kill your battery. OnePlus has had various forms of fast charging for a long time now. And I think the battery life on all of mine have been fine. But now they're taking steps. So here's this new battery technology. Here's the dual cells, so it charges faster, but also helps battery life. There are different protections you could put in that are in software. You can limit it to 80%. You could do slow charging if you want. There are enough options now that you don't have to worry about that or complain or say it's a negative the way OnePlus handles the battery and charging. It's not a negative anymore. It's all positives on the battery for the OnePlus 13. Software even. Do I still think Samsung has the best software on Android? I do believe that still. I think One UI 7 is the best software. But now, it's not the negative. The OnePlus Oxygen OS is not the negative that it used to be. You know, it used to be that I would like the hardware. Yes, it's fine. You know, the design is what it is, pretty generic. But it wasn't. But the software would always set the program back. Oxygen OS for the past few years has not been my favorite. I've been pretty vocal about that. But I just absolutely love what I get now on this device. Silky smooth, snappy, performance has been good. I haven't had a lot of the glitches that I've had in the past. Yes, is there some iOS in here? Every Android manufacturer has iOS now. I turned that off with split notifications. I turned off. It's one swipe for me from anywhere. Really, a couple minutes with settings, and you can get this back to the way it was on Oxygen OS 15, or Oxygen OS 14. But it's just overall monster and just great software. I even happen to like a lot of things. Like, yes, okay, Samsung Edge panels. I like this better. I like this layout better. I like the fact that I get a bit more. I get that recent files I can pull from the side here and get a bunch of useful things here. I happen to like Oxygen OS 15. Yes, I do believe the Samsung software is better. Yes, it offers support for longer, as does Google, but I think this is close enough now where it's not a deciding factor anymore. It's not something that would limit you from picking up a OnePlus 13 where it may have in the past. Battery life, I talked about battery capacity. Let's talk about battery life. 2-day battery. I'll break in a sweat. 2-day battery. If I forget to throw this on the charger and I don't have time to give it the 15 minutes to get a pretty decent charge, I could take this with me. As long as it's over 50%, I know I'm making it through the entire next day. And that's something that is just peace of mind. People are like, oh, I throw mine on the charger. Why do you need that? It's just something that's an extra, that's an added peace of mind, that's one less thing you have to be anxious about. If you forget to charge this phone, or if you're out for an extended period of time and you're not going to have the ability to charge this phone, you can go 2 days with this without worrying about it. A big gamer, you're playing Genshin Impact 24 hours a day. Obviously, you're going to, your mileage may vary as far as the battery life is concerned. But on the whole, regular usage, you're going to get very impressive battery life. The other thing that used to kind of pull you away from OnePlus devices to get you back to Samsung or Google, the cameras. Let's throw up some camera shots. Hasselblad with the color science, plus the actual tech in the cameras themselves this year, really excellent performance. Really good shots. Look at this shot of the Intrepid. Yet I think it's an SR71 or whatever on the top, Blackbird on top there that I got a zoom in photo of. The balloons, the stuffed animals, the color poppiness. You could turn that down if you need to. But just absolutely gorgeous photos from this. To the point where I think it takes some better photos than my S25 Ultra. I think there are instances where, look at this night photo. Really sharp. I think there are instances where it does better than my S25 Ultra. And that's something that I would have not said just a few years ago. If you had told me that it would come down to preference on whether I like the photos out of a OnePlus 13 or a Samsung or a Google phone, I would have said, forget it. Go, you don't know what you're talking about. But that's where we are now. OnePlus has put in the work. OnePlus understood the criticisms and put in the effort to make a decent, very good camera system here in a great build, fantastic performance. This is just a complete package. And then when you throw it together for $900 or $1,000 against the competitors, this becomes one heck of a deal. It really does. And it's hard to beat it. And I even like the Eco leather on the back here. I love the design. It just looks sharp. And I'll tell you this. I was going to save this for the direct comparison with the S25 Ultra, but I'll tell you here as well. If you're a fan, you made it to the end of the video, you're a fan, you're somebody that's going to get to hear this twice. In previous years, I would like, even the OnePlus 12, OnePlus 11, phones I liked, I would review the OnePlus for whatever the review period was and be happy to get back to my S23 Ultra, my S24 Ultra. It would be something like, I really like this, but I like the completeness of those other phones. This is the first year in a while where I was in no hurry to get back to the S25 Ultra. In fact, I still haven't put my SIM in the S25 Ultra. I'm testing another phone I can't talk about yet. But this is the phone that my SIM would have. This is the phone that I'd rush to get back to. And it's because of the feel in the hand. It's because of the balance. It's because of the software and the battery life and the charging speeds and the cameras. This is the complete experience this year. This feels like I'm getting value for money. This feels like I'm getting the new technology that I want to have in a phone at flagship prices, not the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. And that is a huge departure from previous years and something I would not have expected to say even a year or two ago, but that's where we are. And, I talked about my frustrations yesterday with OnePlus. I wish that this could be in an AT&T store next to your S25 Ultra or your S25 Plus, and you're saying, wait a minute. You're telling me I'm getting all this, and I'm getting this, and the monthly payment's going to be less? And I can walk into a carrier store and you'll help me with this? I'm taking this guy. And I think that would be the case with a lot of phones, that we just don't have the chance to do that. But OnePlus is the closest to our savior. OnePlus is the closest opportunity we have to getting some competition in the cell phone market in the United States, and it just isn't going to happen, which is a shame because this is brilliant. If you have the ability, if you want to order it online, if you have T-Mobile or AT&T and you're comfortable with that Wi-Fi calling on AT&T, but you're fine on T-Mobile with everything else, if you technically can do it and you're an enthusiast and you've been on the fence about these two devices, pick up a OnePlus 13. I promise, you'll be happy. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve delicious.